Hey, hello, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm trying something different. Today I'm trying to give my opinion on something. Wow, that's something new. My opinion, who cares about that? Anyways, moving on. I thought I would try to talk about something which is probably going to impact Genshin Impact, in the long term. What's going to be the future of Genshin Impact? What's going to be the meta? What's going to be the new, I don't know, what's going to be the new game state in a couple of months, maybe years or something. I don't know. So let's just get into it. All right, let's just get into it. Yeah. So what I really want to talk about today is that the two controversies going on right now: the Genshin Anniversary Awards and fucking Kokomi. Yeah, the fish girl. I personally think Kokomi is fine. Put down a pitchfork. She's not the best character in the game. She's not even close. She's not even the top 10 5 stars. And I would say she's definitely at the bottom of the barrel, but she isn't that bad. The reason I say so is, well, I think they're going to change the game state. We all think about why don't they buff characters frequently? Why won't they just, change some characters' designs or the way they work? Every patch round they just rework the characters so they work fine and better and better. But the thing with that is that once a character is buffed, you cannot bring it back. There's a law in China saying that for all gacha games, once a character is buffed, they can't be nerfed. And that's what happened with Zhongli, right? Zhongli, I think he was fine. He wasn't the best player at the time, but right now he's probably the best character. He's probably the most OP fucking guy. Summons a meteor and literally half of Tevat is dead. And so I got up this visual representation of what I'm going to talk about today. This is what the game state should be, where all stats are equally important. There's attack, there's crit, there's elemental mastery, energy recharge, defense, and HP. This is what the ideal game should be, but it's never gonna be this equal. It's never gonna be absolutely equal in all aspects, obviously. But right now for Genshin Impact, it's way too skewed. Right now, this is what I think is happening. Attack is like all the way clear. The importance of attack is crazy. Crit, again, I think somewhere here-ish, yeah. EM, not as much as crit or attack, but since Kazuha and since a lot of players need EM, I think it's here. A lot of supports especially. Like, not as important, but yeah. Again, ER, people who, again, for supports, and especially like someone like Ball, like the importance of ER has gone absolutely crazy. Players like Xiangling, fucking Mona, all of them need energy recharge. So I guess, I don't know I think it's as important as elemental mastery around here. And defense. Of course, there are a couple of characters who use defense, especially Geo characters like Noel, and characters who use shields like Zhongli, for example. Yeah, but no one really cares about defense. You can see it yourselves. Whenever you farm for artifacts, you find a defense artifact, you immediately throw it out or use it as fodder or whatever the fuck. And HP, little more important than defense, but still not as important. There are a few characters that use HP like Hu Dao, Zhongli. To buff their attacks, they scale off HP. Yep. And this is what I think the state of Genshin Impact is right now. And you can see it's nowhere equal. And I think MiHoYo knows that. That's why I think Kokomi is going to be much more relevant in the future. Think about it. They know they want to capitalize on the market as much as possible, but not at the risk of, well, compromising the future game state, of course, because then you have to revamp so many characters so that they work properly. But at that, I mean, let's just go back to this. Yeah, beautiful Jean. Wow, look at her size. Wow, chef's kiss. Anyways, what I was trying to say is that Kokomi, she's a healer. Why would you want a healer? Why would you release a healer at this time? There's literally barely any importance for it. Brilliant healers in the game. No one really cares about a soul healer. I mean, take an example of Jean, Bennett, Diona. They all are healers, but they have other fucking uses to them, right? Jean hits hard with the physical attacks and she kind of crowd controls with the E. Bennett is like a fucking god tier 4-star. Like, he's an actual 6-star. His burst again heals, boost attack, and he can do some fairly amount of damage. Diona, she boosts the elemental mastery, she has a shield, she heals. Again, kind of great, right, for Diona as well. And the thing about these characters, what I'm trying to say, is that they can do other things than heal. Unlike Kokomi, who can basically, her sole thing is heal. You know what I mean, like her sole primary objective is healing. But I kind of disagree. I think she still hits hard while she's in the alt phase. She doesn't hit really hard, but she hits decent. She averages like 7-8k per attack, and I think that's fine. You know, she's a support. She's not meant to be a main DPS. Of course, there's a problem with the jellyfish not following her around, and you know, she has to be on the field to heal. And there's a lot of other fucking problems with the character and the kit. Like, if they rework the jellyfish to work like Fishel's ores, where you can keep on, you know, like remapping her on the map by continuously pressing E, that would have been a lot more helpful. Or just made her follow around, it would have been great. And then if her alt just did something else than heal and boost the damage, or if they boost the damage of other characters as well, like Bennett, but not as wild as Bennett. And of course, we might get a Kokomi buff, we might, but the reason I think they might not do so is because I think they're shifting the meta. Yeah, I think in a few updates, or probably even as soon as the next update, the primary objective won't be just killing the enemies as fast, it will probably be survival as well. You need to survive while killing these enemies. The game is going to get harder and harder and harder. Think about it, you don't encounter Hilichurls anymore in Zuma, you encounter those fucking samurai Nobushis or whatever, who are tacky as fuck and they hit like a motherfucker. They, like, one slash is enough to ruin half your attack. You know what I mean, they hit hard. And what I'm trying to say is that, well, I think the game state's gonna change. I think in the next few updates, the enemies are gonna get stronger and stronger, and they're gonna hit way harder, to the point where you'll actually probably die in the open world, which is kind of rare. You never usually die in the open world anymore, especially if you're late game. And well, yeah, characters like Zhongli have like an unbreakable shield. I think will become obsolete because they release more areas like Dragon Spine, or and Tatara Suna, where there's a lot of focus elemental energy around. That's the reason they'll keep on losing health, and a shield doesn't help you, only a heal does. And I think that's one way to like shift the meta from shields to heals. I think they might just release characters whose attacks are so fucking insane that they break through shields easily, or the kit of these characters works so that they hit through shields or something. I don't know if that'll happen. It might work. Maybe we'll see that later in the future. But yeah, that's what I think will happen. And well, going back to the graph again, with HP going to become much more important later on, especially for survival. The only reason people farm HP artifact is to boost attack for like characters like Ruta and Zhongli, and I think that'll change. You'll want to farm HP artifacts just for HP itself, and I think crit will stay the way it is, because well, I don't know how you work through that, whatever. I think with Kokomi, with a negative crit rate, crit attack, crit damage, they're trying to shift crit somewhere, but I don't know how they'll do it. I don't know what they'll do for defense either. Maybe like the points I just give by making shields obsolete, you probably make defense obsolete as well, so they become counterproductive. So I don't know what they'll do for defense. Maybe they'll release more characters that scale out defense like Albedo and Noel. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not John Mihoyo, I don't know what's happening. I've not hacked the data files and I don't know. But what I can say is that I think Genshin Impact is gonna change, and very fast. And another reason it'll change is because, well, as y'all can notice, there's supposed to be 7 elements and we have only 6. Dendro being non-existent in the game, only enemies can use Dendro, and the only elemental reaction between Dendro is the Dendro and Pyro mixture, which is burning. And we still have a lot more reactions to go. I don't know if it'll work with Anemo and G1 will get swirl and crystallize, but I'm sure it'll work with Cryo, Electro and Hydro. And let's see what it is. Probably they'll make Hydro and Dendro a healing thing, because the enemies will become much stronger. Maybe they'll make it, I don't know. I can't even what will be Electro and Dendro? I can't even begin to imagine what that'll be. What will be Crow and like Dendro as well? But it's interesting to see. I think Dendro will be released somewhere midway in 2022. Hopefully my predictions are right. And if they're right, you can come sub, pay me some money and ask me to make more videos where I can fucking predict the future. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's move on. Yeah. And that's why I think Kokomi's fine. Like, it needs some work, but I think rather than readjusting each and every character, every update, it's just smarter to, change the game state around it so much so that the characters become relevant. You just go through never-ending spiral of buffing and then buffing and buffing and buffing, because there'll always be some unequalness. No character's ever going to be equal, everyone knows that. But the best you can do is try to make each character relevant. I mean, no one uses characters like Barbara anymore, no one uses characters like Lisa anymore because they aren't relevant. I mean, Electro's not getting a buff anytime soon, I guess. I mean, we thought it was gonna get a buff with Elemental Mastery, but it turns out Animal got a buff. No one uses characters like No one uses characters like Razor anymore, he just fell through the roof. I guess a lot more DPSs came in the game and power creeped him. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. There's gonna be a lot of power creeping stuff happening. So when there's a new character, like suppose Miko comes out and then she turns out to be as strong as Ganyu, as what rumors are saying, then you'll have to obviously rework some characters like Ayaka, who's nowhere near Ganyu's, or like Kaya. I mean people still love Kaya, my bad. I mean other DPSs like Yoimiya, they won't even come near. Let me give an analogy. When you go to buy a suit, and you don't find a suit your size, you're not gonna try to buff up, or you're not trying to dive to fit in the nearest possible size. What you're gonna do is get tailor made, and that's what I think is gonna happen with Genshin Impact. They're gonna tailor make the world such so that it fits every character, and every character has its place, so that stats like HP and defense are more used, so that they don't just use as fodder artifacts anymore, and they use as artifacts that are probably useful later on in the future. I'm not saying hold on to your HP and defense artifacts. I mean, sell them. I'm sure you'll get more and more and more the more you farm. And I don't know, I could be completely off the mark. I could be an absolute fucking weirdo talking about this, and this could have aged completely badly. But maybe it could age well as well. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I should probably stop the video now. Yeah. So yeah, that's my video, I guess. Yeah. Hopefully characters like Chi-Chi, Kokomi get a place in the world of Teyvat. There's the last Inazuma Island remaining as well, so they probably include some new enemies or something, or new mechanics in that. And Sumeru Dendro will come as well, which will completely shift the meta. That's kind of true. That I know is true. Dendro's gonna be fucking OP, and there's no way you can change my mind. Yeah. I don't know why I'm still talking. Anyways, goodbye. Thank you. Subscribe or I'll steal your waifu. I'm talking to you, Toronto.